Hello and welcome. We are here at Public Media Network. For tonight's show, we have our special guest from Kalamazoo Charter Township in Kalamazoo County. Please stick around. We will be right back. Hello and welcome. My name is Svetlana Stone. You are watching Spotlight in a Zoo. Thank you for being here. We are pleased to have a Dexter Mitchell, Township Manager from Kalamazoo Township, here tonight to talk about how their organization promote a safe, healthy, accessible, and economically viable community. Thank you for being here with us tonight, and we are so happy to have you here. How was your day?
Outstanding. And one of the things that made it outstanding is by the end of the day today, Kalamazoo Township sent out its first of about 10 certificate of occupancies for one of the newest industries that have come to the state of Michigan, which is medical marijuana.
I'm sure that's a great news for many people. That's wonderful. I would like to ask you about your background and how you came to this position with Kalamazoo Township.
So this started probably three and a half, almost 4 years ago. I was at a Michigan Townships Association conference, and I'm walking through the area, and one of the trustees from Kalamazoo Township saw my name badge and said, "Oh, you're a manager?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, well, we're thinking about doing a manager position. Would you be interested in working for Kalamazoo Township?" And before I could answer, the supervisor of Buena Vista Charter Township spoke up and said, "No, he's fine where he's at."
Right.
And so I kind of chuckled and laughed, but they still sent me out one of these surveys. I filled it out, put my resume together, went through the interview process, and I'm here today.
That's wonderful news. Was it a long process to get
It
through the
took
interview?
the process took probably 6 months
Wow.
to go through.
Just curious, yeah?
Yes, so there's a criminal background check, there's the interview process, and then they want to vet and make sure that you are fit for the community.
That's wonderful. I'm curious, what makes Kalamazoo Township a great place to live and work?
Not only a great place to live and work, but to learn and play as well. And so what Kalamazoo Township did is what our new governor sent her campaign on with Fix the Roads. What makes Kalamazoo Township a great place to live, work, learn, and play is partly our roads. Kalamazoo Township over the last 5 years took out a 10-year road bond millage, which said we were going to touch all of the roads, and we've touched about 98% of all of the roads and brought them up to a fair to good condition. So one of the things that happened when I came to this area was I told my wife, she said, "How do you know when you're in Kalamazoo Township?" And I said, typically, if you're on a good road, you're in Kalamazoo Township. Not that other communities have bad roads, we just have a higher standard of roads.
That's a good sign to distinguish. Now I'm going to know.
Yes, and so when we did the roads, then Kalamazoo Township said, well, how do we take heavy vehicles off? Some of the heaviest vehicles are trash vehicles. So instead of having multiple trash vehicles come through every day of the week, they decided to go to a single hauler system. And going to a single hauler system, it lowered the bill that individuals were paying and cut it down. So then it made room for them to pay back a 10-year road bond millage and still keep money in their pockets. So it was basically a win-win for the municipality and for the residents. And so that's sort of a smart government in using tax dollars in a better way.
That's wonderful. You also mentioned Learn. Is that somehow connect to nationally known Kalamazoo Promise scholarship?
Yes, it is. So the Kalamazoo Promise is something that, fortunately for me and my family, we will be taking advantage of when my son graduates from Kalamazoo Central. Quick plug in there. What that does and what we've done now is we were able to get one of the first police cadets through. So the Kalamazoo Promise actually covers students to go to KVCC and go through the police academy. When you go through the police academy, we pay a stipend for you, and then hire you after you pass your background, you pass your psych evaluation, and a litany of other tests, we hire you. So that was a win-win for the Kalamazoo Promise, which is fantastic because that promise covers tuition if you go from K through 12th grade, 100% at any public or private college in the great state of Michigan. And we have great educational facilities here.
That's wonderful. I learned on your website that population in your township, Kalamazoo Township, about 22,000. Does this program, Kalamazoo Promise Scholarship, help to increase population because of that wonderful scholarship?
It does on two folds. The Kalamazoo Promise covers us, but don't forget Kalamazoo Township is a unique township, so we still have Comstock School District in our area. We have Kalamazoo, and we also have Parchment School District that covers Kalamazoo. So the Promise covers the Kalamazoo public schools, but we still have two other districts within our borders. So yes, it does. And one of the things that gives us a big boost in population is Western Michigan. Go Buster.
That's wonderful. It's important to our viewers understand the why aspect. What motivates you to do this type of work? You're probably not just sitting in the office, right, and working with a computer. Could you tell us more about your maybe everyday routine and why you are doing that? Or what motivates you to do that?
Okay, so service, community service, I think that everybody should give back to the community in multiple ways, either mentoring, being mentored, or making sure that you're making a difference at the end of the day. One of my favorite sayings is success doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. So if we focus on today, my fire marshal, our planner, myself, and one of the businesses in the community came together, and we had a face-to-face meeting that said, hey, look, here's what you need for fire suppression, here's what you need for our zoning and planning administration. And judging from the beginning of the meeting, the business owner was not happy at all. And so one of the icebreakers that I did, he didn't want to spend a lot of money. So immediately out, I had already talked to my team and knew sort of what we were going to do. And so before we started the meeting, I told him it was going to only cost him $850,000. And the color left his face along with the money out of his wallet. And he looked at me and goes, you're joking, aren't you? And I said, well, if we start off at 850 and go down from there, you'll be all right. And he kind of laughed. So we got him situated. We found out more about his business. So his square footage footprint went down. So he didn't have to spend a lot of money, and it could almost be covered. So it was a win-win. Again, how do you deal with people? How do you talk with people? And how do you make that bond and connection?
That's wonderful. Does your organization have a strong volunteer base because you provide so many services? And if so, how would one get involved?
Well, we do have a strong volunteer base. We have one of the best paid-on-call firefighters, which is a volunteer base as well. And you can get in touch with us at www.ktwp.org, which is our township website, where there is a litany of information out there about our municipality. We also offer opportunities for downtown development, which is a DDA. We also talk about our planning, zoning, administration, and we have multiple committees that you can be on. If you have a need and you'd like to do something in the community, by all means reach out and touch us and talk to us about it. We have an Eastwood neighborhood. We'll be doing a park project on August 24th. That's going to be in coordination with Congressman Fred Upton's office, along with several of the county commissioners, several of my board members, several of the businesses in the Eastwood neighborhood. And that came about because a member of the Eastwood community said, hey, look, nothing's going on in my area. How do you support that? We said, let's get together, let's put this together. Additionally, there will be a farmer's market that will be started up for if my board decides to vote on it this coming Monday. So it will be the second Friday of the months of June, July, August, and September at one of the churches. How did that come about? They wanted to be able to give fresh fruits to their congregation. So what we allowed was, hey, how do we partner with you? How do we make it sustainable? And then show different activities and different events within our municipality.
That's wonderful. I also learned that you have a Facebook page, or you just recently created. So could you tell us more about that?
Yes. So government is being more open and transparent.
Right.
We've not gotten to the Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. So bridging the new millennials with government and seeing how we can do it. We do have Facebook, and it's a faster form of communication. Not many people will go to a website. If you're a Facebook
Correct.
friend, they look at Facebook and they go, okay, here's an update, and you have a wider audience and market. Now, we will be doing more in social media. Several municipalities, not ours today, but several municipalities have hired media consultants to actually help with that and push their message out over several platforms. We haven't gotten there yet. We're working towards that.
That sounds great. What community can do to help with the work you are doing?
Get actively involved, volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. If that doesn't work for you, then donate your time. Talk to us, give us a call, whether it is talking to us about police matters and community policing and making sure that we're out there and we're talking to different people in the neighborhoods, or if you have an idea for events, come out and see us. Now, I will tell you this, we do say no, especially if it says, hey, look, what do we want to do? We want the township to build an event center for 60,000 people. That's going to be millions of dollars. That's a little bit out of our budget. But if we're talking about a farmer's market, if we're talking about a community get-together, if we're talking about one of the longest ice cream socials for the state of Michigan, our Westwood neighborhood does that at our Westwood fire station.
That's wonderful. Thank you for being here with us today. We will learn more about the Kalamazoo Charter Township right after this short break. Thank you for watching us. Please stick around. We will be right back.
Griffon Place is a crisis help hotline. Griffon Place helps people that are in a crisis or situation. They will help you find nearby programs to assist and for any basic situations like food, shelter, or mental health care. You could call 211 for some answers or information. Your calls are confidential and answered respectfully and with compassion. They are expertly trained in suicide prevention and crisis situations. However, crisis situations are not provided through email, so if you are in a crisis situation, then call 269-381-HELP. If you want, you can visit their website, griffon.org, for more information.
Welcome back to Spotlight in a Zoo. For those of you who just tuned in, we are here at Public Media Network with Dexter Mitchell from Kalamazoo Township. Thank you for being here with us tonight. So, Dexter, we would like to learn more about the Kalamazoo Township and about the people you serve. Please tell us about the impact local government has on community.
Well, the local government has impact on the community from where you have restaurants to actually the speed that you go through the neighborhoods in, the different types of businesses that are there. So the municipality that you live in and or work, learn, and play in goes pretty much from A to Z.
That's wonderful. We actually do not discuss the word play, right? Could you tell us more about this? Since you just mentioned.
So Kalamazoo has a golf course. Kalamazoo Township has a golf course, Grand Prairie, where there is a junior golf league that goes on. So there are a ton of young people who do it. They also have a partnership with Western University, where a lot of the Western University students come over. Across the street from that, we have our Westwood Little League. So you have baseball that goes on along with Wilson Park, Stratford Park, and we have 3 other parks throughout the municipality. So if you want to walk through the community with one of the trails that we have, including part of our branding piece is the new logo that's on the shirt that you see now. And if you look over the O's in zoo, you'll see what is a biker on there because we have several bike trails that go through the township. So it's an excellent place to come play, spend time, and myself and several 100,000 of people are getting ready now to do the Borges Marathon on May 5th. I won't be doing the marathon, I'll be doing the 5K. So let's just be clear about that. I'll do the 5K, but that's a great collaboration and partnership. Kalamazoo Charter Township Police Department will be out there along with the city, the sheriff. And so it is a great community event that's actually in Kalamazoo Township. It does go through the city as well, but I like to claim the things that come out in Kalamazoo Township.
That's wonderful. You said you're going to do in 5K. So how you prepare yourself for this such a not easy task?
Early to bed, early to rise. I start my day at about 4:30. I'm a treadmill king, so what I like to do is to go downstairs, put my earbuds in, turn the TV on, and start running on the treadmill and working out from there. Last year I did the 10K. This year I'll be joined with my wife and doing the 5K.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Tell us, please, about the residents of Kalamazoo Township. Do you have a story to share that has been meaningful as you pursue your mission?
Well, I talked about the young lady from the Eastwood neighborhood who wanted to do a picnic, and she said, thank you. She sent me an email that said, thank you very much for the fast response. And I said, no, I'm just trying to keep up with you. She sent me back an email that says, well, good luck with that, LOL. And I was like, okay, I got you. But I like to interact with different people. If you develop a personal relationship with people, even though you can be extremely professional with it, but make it personal and internalize it to them, you tend to be able to do a lot more things faster and more often. And then you, instead of the township driving the mission, being a receptacle to receive the mission from people, once they take ownership of it, it's so much easier for that mission to come about when citizens take ownership of it. And that's the part that Kalamazoo Township is doing with a transparent and open government.
That's wonderful. Could you tell us about your plans for growth and what types of event you will have in Kalamazoo Township in 2019?
So, well, I talked about several of the events that are coming up.
Yes, you already mentioned.
But the growth aspect, I am not the spearhead for it. And Jeff Sorensen, who is the president of the Michigan Townships Association, sent me an email that said, hey, look, Dexter, thanks for taking the lead on it. And I immediately sent him one back that said, I didn't take the lead on it. I just talked to people. You guys are taking the lead. So Kalamazoo Township passed a resolution making 131 a full exchange so that you're able to go north, south, east, and west near G Avenue in Oshimo. Oshimo, the supervisor there, has put that onto their ballot, to their board, and they're in support of it as well. Not only did Kalamazoo Township do it, the city of Kalamazoo, Oshimo, Comstock, Cooper, Parchment have come together and put all of those things in, and we're getting more and more municipalities to collaborate on saying in Southwest Michigan, the 131 full exchange is a very viable piece to help with the economic development of our entire community. So although the on and off ramps may be in Oshimo, the economic dollars get to stay in our community, so it helps out the city, it helps out the township, it helps out every other municipality that's around.
That's wonderful. What obstacles do you foresee, and what obstacles have you overcome?
Education. And if that doesn't work, we start teaching people. Educating people about their local government and making sure that what they see on a national level is not what occurs on a local level. You can come to our township meetings, which are on the second and fourth Mondays of the month, and they start at 7 p.m. at 7:30. They start at 7:30. And there is a 3-minute period at the beginning where you can talk, and there's a 3-minute period at the end where you can talk again. We have different issues that we have up, and so anything that you're interested in doing, you can come to the Public Media Network site, click underneath On Demand, go to Kalamazoo Township, and you'd be able to watch any of our any of our board meetings that's there. So that's one of the partnerships that we're very proud to have as well.
Does anyone can come to your board meetings? or people can only watch?
People can come to it, people can watch, people can email, they can make comments to our Facebook piece. How do we need to bring government to people? So one of the things with the services now, government is not the fastest thing. So it's not like keeping up with Amazon where you click on a button, 2 days later something shows up at your house. Government still has a long process. So when we get ready to rezone or do something, we have to have public hearings, we have to have certified mails go out. We then have to have a first reading, a second reading, and then do it. So that time frame still will take time, but so long as, again, as we develop that relationship with our residents who want to live, work, play, and learn in Kalamazoo Township, we should be able to execute our mission.
That's wonderful. Do you think people understand that you are here for them, or you still think that there may be a gap or something that they miss and they maybe don't know that they can come to your organization and ask for help that they need? Do you think there is still like kind of misunderstanding?
Unfortunately, I do. I think that there is still a misunderstanding, and that goes back to education, and then teaching. So one of the things that was near and dear to me was our Lakewood neighborhood and community. Lakewood is a part of Kalamazoo Township, which is over by the sheriff and the expo center. They had a flood. They came to us. We've now set up with Griffon Place and 211, along with American Red Cross, along with Salvation Army, along with the funding sources through there, LIFT and several other organizations. We still meet on a monthly basis to make sure if there's a disaster that comes into the area that we're ready to act and do some things on. Part of that educational piece is going to, on Tuesdays, the Northside Ministerial Alliance, where we have different churches in the area. So not only just churches in Kalamazoo Township, but churches that are on the north side of Kalamazoo City. We meet at Mount Zion.
That's wonderful. To recap, please remind our viewers of importance local government in Kalamazoo Township.
So Kalamazoo Township's local government goes from A to Z. We help you with the roads. Unfortunately, we do not do any of the snow plowing. That's handled by the county. But we have a very good relationship with the road commissioner, Joanna Johnson, and they have done an outstanding job for us. West Main, which is one of the areas that's highly trafficked, that starts in Oshtemo, goes to Kalamazoo City, goes to Kalamazoo Township, and then goes back to Kalamazoo City, and you've never left you've been on the same road, never left it, you just crossed 3 different jurisdictions multiple times.
Yeah, that's true. So this has been a great opportunity to learn about the Kalamazoo Township and how their organization provide government services to our community that promote a safe, healthy, accessible, and economically viable community to live, work, learn, and play. Stick with us. We will be right back.
Music education has several academic, social, and developmental benefits. In terms of academic benefits, involvement in music increases memorization skills and improves test scores. Music students are more empathetic, make friends more easily, and have greater self-confidence than those who are involved in music.
I've gained a lot of friends through orchestra, which is nice. It's nice that we all have this common thing that we all do.
Improved coordination and fine motor skills, in addition to increased discipline, patience, and creativity, are all developmental benefits of musical involvement.
Music has impacted me in a sort of way that I can't really describe, even in just words. It's my entire life.
So thank you so much for being here with us today. I have really enjoyed this time to getting to know about you and Kalamazoo Township government. If there is anything else you would like to share with our viewers that we might have missed.
Yes, I know our time is short, so I'll be as quick as possible. Community policing. Kalamazoo Township is always looking for police officers. We're looking to diversify our police department, increase the number of officers. I know if my police chief is looking at that, he's jumping up and down and clapping his hands now. But getting our police out into the community and meeting with people. We have a wonderful program called Every School, Every Day, where our officers, when time allows, goes to every one of the school districts that's in our borders and visits with the kids, not because something is going on, just because nothing is going on, and allowing them to see them from there. And I started off my day with, we passed out one of the first of about 10 medical marijuana certificate of occupancy. So that's one of the hot top subjects that I'll be talking with the Westwood Neighborhood Association next month, with regards to what does that look like, because Michigan also passed recreational marijuana. So can people smoke in their backyards? Yes. Can people smoke in their garages? Yes. How many plants can people have? We'll go into more details about that. But it is a subject that continues to grow and bloom in the area. That's my little pun.
Thank you very much. So, well, this concludes this month's edition of Spotlight in a Zoo. If you want to know more about the Kalamazoo Charter Township, check out this information below. And in addition, if you know someone or would like to participate in our show, please contact to Public Media Network. Thank you for being here with us tonight. See you next time.